All right, look, on my channel, we get straight to the content. So recently, on the Joe Budden Podcast, we find out that B. Dot is leaving. If you're not familiar with B. Dot, do your research. And while you're doing your research, come back and tell me who B. Dot is. Because until the Joe Budden Podcast, I never heard of this dude. I was listening to Danny from the Stop, and Danny from the Stop is like, oh, he has a long list and he's educated. See, Danny likes the little goofy stuff that I don't care about. Like, cultural relevance has nothing to do with college. And it doesn't have to do with interviews. Like they said, B. Dot doing a Rick Ross interview. Well, who's listening to that? I never, ever heard of B. Dot. It's the same with Elliott Wilson. I heard of Elliott Wilson from Twitter. I never seen an Elliott Wilson interview in my life. Never checking football, never nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just weird. So B. Dot's leaving, and like the cast is throwing shade. Like, of course, it's Mark Lamont Hill. He's a lame dude. If you're familiar with my other content, y'all know I don't got time for Mark Lamont Hill. He's like a passive aggressive black art intellect, and he's a goof. I'm not getting into it. But they throwing like shade at him, and the whole time I can't think, this is another example why I don't watch the pod as much. Because when they brought B. Dot on, what was B. Dot supposed to do? He's the same as Ice to me. Except for, what's shocking? Ice, I could take Ice over B. Dot. B. Dot, like, I'm a dork, right? I'm a dork. B. Dot is a dork that don't know he's a dork. So he got this demeanor like he this guy, and he's not. I could care a lot. It's just like, I don't understand why Joe brings some of the people he brings on the pod. They never add value. Melissa Ford, no value. Jadakiss son, Jaywan, no value. B. Dot, no value. It's like, Joe, why are you trying to make the Joe Budden Podcast like No Jumper? Adam 22 is supposed to be your friend of me. The Joe Budden Podcast is moving like a mess, like No Jumper. They cover pod drama just as much as they cover regular real world events or hip hop or sports or whatever's going on. It's like, I don't like the pod. Like, the Joe Budden Podcast is one of the greatest podcasts of all time. Like, it is what it is. I listen to it less because it's trash now, but it's one of the greatest podcasts ever, right? Before it was the greatest podcast, it became the greatest podcast without any of these antics. I don't get it. I don't know why Joe feels, and this is like, if you're a Joe Budden fan like I am, he does act like a little chatty patty. He kind of got like girl tendencies. No disrespect, because I got love for Joe Buttons, but he's like a little girl when it comes to like banning drama, starting drama, because the whole podcast stuff, even how he listens to people like Danny from the Stop or Elevation, like, you're on Twitter Spaces engaging with people that actively disrespect people on your pod. That's weird. And then you say, oh, they're your friend. That's weird. Well, oh, these are my friends. These are my friends. Then you're entertaining people on Twitter Spaces about how your friends on the pod suck at podding. It's a mess. Shout out to Imani. Imani's actually been doing a really good job on the podcast. I'm still not checking for his content at all. But like, when he's on the pod, he's not as annoying as before, like, at all. So I could deal with it. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. I just think all this little chatty patty catty stuff that Joe Budden does on the podcast is a waste of time. Like, subscribe, turn your notifications on. I'm out.